And now for the important part, using loops and arrays together. So before we start, I created an array of strings with 5 elements, and then I assigned some names to this array. So now we've gone back to the example of Sundowns. So you have the player names stored in the array. So now if you want to display those names, what you would do is use a for loop, or you could just say console.log each one of them, but then that's going to be a whole long code thing. You could have like 50 players, then you had to write console.log 50 times. But instead you can use an array to display the player names. How we do that is we use a for loop, and the reason we use a for loop is because we know how many elements are in the array, so we know how many times our loop has to run. So if you know the number of times your loop has to run, then you use a for loop. So then we say for int I is equals to 0. So we start from 0 and then we go until 4, but then we say I is less than 5, then I plus plus. Then we display whatever element we want to display. So I'm going to say right line names. We could display just the first element 5 times. So this is going to display just the first element 5 times, right? So we just have whatever was in the first element 5 times. We could do the same thing with the last element, which is Morena. So now what if we want to display each player? We know our index I goes from 0 until 4. So instead of writing or hard coding the number, we could put I there. So we know the first time the for loop runs, I will be 0, then I will be 1, then I will be 2 until I is 4. So that should display all our names, or all the names in the array. So here we have the names from the one in the first element, the one in the second element, and the one in the last element. So then what if you wanted to display the names but then in reverse order? So the name in the last element to be displayed first, and then the name in the first element to be displayed last. So to do that, we just change our for loop to start from the end, which is 4, go up until the first element, which is going to be 0, and we say equals to because we want 0 to be included and our I to decrement. So from 4 until 0, and then we want I to be decremented. And this code should display from Morena, then Modau, Zwane, Mokoena, and then Williams. No, that does not do it because I did not save the code. Now let's try again. And that's it. So this starts from the last element and then goes to the first element. So basically in this video I just showed you how to loop through an array.